Hello, my name's Sam Meach. This is going to be a video in a couple of parts, and it's going to be about repairing this machine. This is a Brother KH950i. I was using this a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, something went terribly wrong. This is an electronic machine, and I was working on a pattern of Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street, and just as I finished the pattern, lots of smoke started to come out of the machine around about here, and I thought it was going to set on fire. So I was rather worried, of course, because obviously this is a lovely machine. It's the only one I have that is electronic, and yeah, without it I'd be screwed. Luckily, what actually happened is quite a common problem for these older machines, these electronic ones, and so I'm going to go through it and explain what happened, and I'm going to replace and hopefully repair it. So fingers crossed this works. This is based on another YouTube tutorial that I saw, but this is also a machine that I've done a similar repair to in the past. So yeah, using my experience on that other tutorial, which I'll put the link in the notes, hopefully I can fix this one as well. So this first part, I'm simply going to take this section apart. So this is where you have the power here that goes in, and this part of the machine is essentially, the brain is over that way to the left, which controls the needles, but this is taking the power. So I'm going to have to take this piece off first to sort of reveal what's gone wrong. So let's get this guy. So I'm going to take, well, there's some screws, and there's also some like kind of plastic rivets to take off. So I'll take the plastic rivets out first. Got two on the back, or on the base here. I'm just using a little knife to hopefully pop these out. Well, that's not a good start, is it? How about this little guy? I just need to get something under it. There we go. So you have this thing here, which is a little plastic rivet, and it goes into this guy here, which obviously is kind of hard to see for you. I wonder if this will magnify it for you. So these go in together like so, and that causes just enough pressure here to pull these little petals out, and then they keep that in the machine. So once, okay, so we've got another couple. Hopefully I don't break my Stanley knife this time. There we go. Put them there. And lastly, just got one here. You can see my machine has had better days. This has travelled a lot, doing workshops and gigs. There we go, that's the last one. So this isn't the greatest example of a machine in good care, but it does work. Well, when it works. Right now it doesn't work, does it? Then I'm going to take these three screws out. This one is already missing, but there would be one there. I've got one on the other end. I've got two more here, so I'm going to take these out. And I'm just going to put them again to the side so I don't lose them. Okay. Now I should be able to just pull this apart. You can see the power switch there. It's a bit loose. It's meant to be like that. There's the power input. You can see there's two screws here. There's a couple of screws here, and these are just keeping things in place. So I'm going to actually take these out. That one feels a little bit stripped. I'm going to get a flat head. Will this guy work? There we go. Okay. That one's spinning, it wants to come out, but there we go. So I can sort of push that through. And the last thing that's holding this in place are these two screws here. These are just holding the cables down with this plastic bridge. There you go. So I've got that off. So now we've got this. There's the power piece. And then here we have a circuit board. And I should be able to just slide this out. And I can put this aside now. Okay. So I actually already took this out and cleaned it a little bit. But you can see down here there's quite a bit of dirt and debris. It was a lot worse, but that had come from this fella. So this is a capacitor. It says 0.1 UF X2. My model is from England, so this takes 240 or 250 volts. So I have to use a power converter here in Canada. But essentially, this is an original capacitor. This fella is very old. And you can see it's bulged as well, it's bulging. Let's see. So there's the, don't know if you can see it's bulging on the side. That's basically what exploded and caused all the dust and dirt. Okay. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to replace it with a new capacitor. This is not an original capacitor. This is one I replaced about 10 years ago when I got the machine. Similar thing happened. This blew, created a load of smoke, and I had to replace that. So these things get old and dry, and yeah, especially if they've been under a bed for 20 years, when people pull this machine out and they start to use it for the first time and it starts smoking, and it can be a bit like, oh, that's a real bummer. You think the machine is just broken, but it can be repaired. So these parts are fairly readily available. This is 0.047 UF. So both my pieces are 250 volts. I don't know if you have a machine that was made in North America whether that's going to be the case. But mine are. So I'll have to do a bit of research. And finally, there's a little glass fuse here. This is a quick blow fuse. and it's 500 milliamps. So it's designed to blow quickly. So I'm guessing that might need replacing anyway. So I'm going to do that. This guy should be okay, but I'm going to replace these two in the next video.